Hey, I'm back for the final episode of Elden Ring. I'm still kind of shaking a little bit from Millennia. I don't think I'm ever going to fight her again without summons. Maybe I'll record myself on my pizza cutter guy with a mimicked here and see how it goes. God damn, that was a hard fight. Okay. I think that also beats out the record by like a factor of almost 3. How long I've been stuck on something. I got Millennia's Great Rune, and what was the other thing? Her Remembrance, right? Seek the Isolated Divine Tower, which, yes, I think that's the one I've already been to. Okay. And then Her Remembrance. However, its namesake can be unlocked by the finger reader. Mikola and Millennia are both children of a single god. Such, they're both Empyreans, but suffered afflictions from birth. That's what Empyrean means. Because Marika is Radagon. Interesting. One was cursed with eternal childhood, the other harbored a rot within. I see. Is there anything else I can do in this room after beating her? I love how beating her is, like, so thoroughly optional, right? Like, there's no area that unlocks behind her. She really is probably the closest that FromSoft has come to just straight up having a super boss. See, what I need to do is I need to create time pressure, because apparently having time pressure makes me perform. When I started to get worried that I was going to run over 6 hours for the VOD, that's when I won. Let's keep doing mind to 40. Oh, you can progress Millicent's quest? Oh, shit. This is new. Return the unalloyed gold needle. Like, I'm returning it? Didn't realize that. Something I must return to Millennia, the dignity, the sense of self that allowed her to resist the call of the Scarlet Rot. Oh, hey. So, the somber ancient dragon smithing stone is a reason to do this, I suppose. Do your remembrances make it through to the next playthrough? I understand that I get to watch the credits and then I don't have to go into New Game Plus until I go back to a bonfire, right? So, if I wanted to mop up all the stuff I'm missing, I could do that in this playthrough even after seeing the credits off stream. Mikola's needle subdues a once accepted frenzied flame. Yeah, flame. Oh, so is this like if you do the frenzied flame ending, this is a way to get out of it? Is this like a one-time chance kind of a thing, or can you then go back and lock yourself into it and then turn it back off and repeat ad nauseum? So, faraway tower was here somewhere, right? There's like a warp somewhere here that's up on the ramparts. Shoot, I honestly don't remember which one it is. It's not that, right? That's just the way to get in with the tree sentinel out front. Oh, changing line to erase my warp to it. Thank you. Tower of Return, you said? Good looking out. I think that the wiki's pretty safe for me now to look at the list of achievements and to find the items that I'm missing. I'm just going to go on a little tour here before we go to the end of the game and mop up all of our missing legendary stuff. I should go see what the remembrances do. I'm wondering if before the playthrough's over, or before I officially start New Game Plus, if I should, like, turn all my remembrances in and then duplicate as many of them as possible, because there's a limited number of those per New Game Plus cycle, right? I won't do that on stream here. I'm going to start doing off-stream mock-up. Off-stream cleanup, whatever. Okay. Does the elevator just not work anymore, too? So that waypoint only opens up either if it's Capital of Ash or if you took the elevator manually. Oh, this dude's back. Isolated Divine Tower. So I'm wondering if we're going to get DLC around Godwyn, the Prince of Death, and around Nicola. Because I feel like those are the two big unexplored areas that are heavily hinted at in the lore. Definitely the DLC is going to be fighting Radagon's horse in his prime. Yeah, more arcane stuff would be cool. I'm really really pumped for DLC. I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Wish more of these places were dungeons. That one that's a dungeon is really really cool. The crazy jumping puzzle. Lenia's dead fingers. Ah, champion. Well done. Oh, well done. What does her rune do, I wonder? Lenia's great rune. Now have all the great runes, I think. Reduces the healing power of the Flask of Crimson Tears. Oh, it gives you... it turns on Bloodborne mode. That's pretty cool, actually. Wouldn't it be nice if that's how it worked for her? That it was only attacks made immediately after receiving damage that healed her. Alright. Yeah, I think I have all the great runes then. Oh, you know, I never thought to use an Elded Witchit, a rune arc for that fight, but I don't think it would have allowed me to win. I don't think that would have been what made the difference. He was usually dying because I was failing to avoid Waterfowl Dance. Oh, she's dead now. Remembrance of Horaloo, Axe of Godfrey. Regal Roar. Horaloo's Earthshaker. Haha. I like that it's Remembrance of Horaloo and not Remembrance of Godfrey. It's interesting. Rot Goddess. Blade built into Millennia's prosthetic arms. Through consecration, it is resistant to rot. Oh, you can actually use Waterfall Dance? Huh. Dex 48, jeez. I like the look of the katana, too. Scarlet Aeonia's Faith. So I'll take that. Just going to take each of these First sword. Great sword. Stuff that's not costing me souls to get, right? Well, I like the red braid better, but I can always duplicate it, I guess. God, I wish Fortisax I didn't trivialize so easily. He seems like such a fucking rad-looking boss with such a cool arena. It sounds like he's pretty easy for a lot of people when they get to him. Is that true? Said I was bummed that I made him easy, and I think someone said he was always easy. Bastard stars look cool. Okay, equipment of champions. I might actually want her helmet. I like the Elden Lord crown too, that's neat. You get a lot of boss equipment towards the end of the game. I need to look up like what all makes it over to New Game Plus. I assume I can't just freely buy that stuff until I kill those bosses again on New Game Plus, so I might have to sit here and do some farming off stream to buy everything, you know? $12K, whoops, that was 10K. Brother will keep his promise. He possesses the wisdom, the allure of a god. He's the most fearsome Empyrean of all. Goes really well with my chub. Perfect. Although it gives me red hair, too. It seems unnecessary, but okay.
I see.
About Hewg.
Is that right? So Master Hewg won't listen to you either. You have my thanks regardless. I'll try and talk him round next time. I know he was given this great entreaty to craft a weapon which could slay a god. Though I can't help but think of it as a curse, a fearsome curse, put on him by Queen Marika. And if that's the case, I'm not sure there's anything we can do.
Everybody's dead. I think they've arguably always been dead. Meat peddler's bell bearing. Or they just add stuff to their normal supply, I guess. Sliver of meat. Oh, so even the remembrances will transfer, I just won't be able to use them until I actually beat that boss.
Who are you?
Thanks for sticking around, man. Who are you? That's sad.
Could you tell me what happened? Why is the round table burning? In ruins? Why does that girl weep for me? Oh. Have I forgotten something of dire importance?
So sad. Let's start with armaments here. So I can't sort weapons by their rarity tier, can I? Shoot, okay. I think I have the Ruins Greatsword. I have the Eclipse Hotel. I have the Grafted Blade Greatsword. I have the Sword of Night and Flame. I have the Mariah's Executioner's Sword. I have the Dark Moon Greatsword. I have Devourer's Scepter. I I don't have the Golden Order Greatsword. I think that's the last one I need. It's in the Cave of the Forlorn, which is in Consecrated Snowfield? Okay. Somewhere over here, looks like. Great Runes, Mending Runes, Bell Bearings, Dectus Rolled, Halogtree Medallions, any quest progression items. Sucks that Bell Bearings don't carry over. That's... The borderline seems like a mistake. It might actually make more sense to start from over here. It's like in the water, but try from here instead. Yeah, there's a lot of cool builds from Great Runes that you won't be able to use in New Game Plus. I think I have killed all of the unique bosses that don't appear as regular enemies or don't get repeated anywhere. Just correct me if someone thinks I'm wrong about that. I'm gonna go through and do everything off stream regardless, but double sword key. Yeah, I guess I could look up Everjails. That might be interesting. That's interesting. It's a pretty different looking cave. Yeah. Last, Fat Millennia. What would have happened if she wasn't inflicted with the rot? Would have eaten too much Taco Bell. Human NPCs with specific equipment. Okay. I can use the wiki's interactive map and just search Everjail, I think, to see a list of all the locations. Oh, cool. I wasn't sure I was going to make that jump. Thank you. By a very long, wide margin, the hardest boss I've ever fought on stream. For me, anyway. In terms of how long it took me to win eventually. Fuck. No. allowed one of you guys to use ranged arrows on me in a really long time. Wait, this is the end of the area. Didn't see what looked like the illusory walls in there. Didn't expect sleep. Okay. I'm excited to do my New Game Plus playthrough so I can understand like what all this shit is. Mikola's lily meant fuck all to me when I first found one. I really like how this game works on an intuitive, I have no idea what's going on level, and on a now I've played the game and I totally know what's going on level. So are red jellyfish evil children? No. It's like children would get super fucked up by reincarnation if they were able to come back to life like everybody else, so it's like a kindness that they come back as jellyfish or something. I think the only kids we see in the game are Renala's sweetings, right? This asshole. Who gave you a legendary weapon? Why did two of you guys have legendary weapons? That seems like way too many of y'all. Benedict? Oh my god. At least you didn't do that when I was about to beat Millennia. Cool looking sword. He's gonna kill me though. They're a lot harder when you can't just try to L2 spam them to death, it turns out. It's a cool attack. The Misbegotten are like... It's interesting that there's the regular Misbegotten who are like weird mutant griffin douchebags, but then like the really strong ones look like lion people? A pretty long walk for a mistake. You doing okay there, bud? Oh, he's able to do that roar attack real fast after a jump. I was thinking after last episode, is there any... Oh, he does that little, order gesture. That's cool. Looks kind of silly seeing a giant monster man do it, but... Oh, shit. Well, this guy's harder than I thought he was going to be. My question was, the trolls all have their, like, chests carved out? Is there any lore that connects them to the fire giants, or giants in general? Because the giants have the, like, blemished, chest face. The trolls had one and cut theirs out or something. Now, messages aren't really an indicator of lore, but I noticed the messages say giant ahead. I don't think it has troll ahead, if I recall. Out of the way of that. It looks really silly when he does that gesture. So like the chain stagger I'm doing now used to be possible on Millennia with Swarm of Flies, it sounds like. And he's just really weak to it or something. Earned it. Golden Order Greatsword. I should have the achievement now, I think. I don't know why it didn't activate. Greatsword made of light, modeled after the Elden Ring itself. Oh, it looks really cool. Forged by King Consort Radagon to proudly symbolize the tenets of the Golden Order. It's a weird thing to be in a random cave held by a random Misbegotten, or, yeah, Misbegotten. Should be done, but I didn't get any achievement. Let me look at the list again. No, I don't think I've put any... I don't even think I've used this stash this playthrough. Oh, the wiki says, as of patch 1.03, the trophy does not appear when all legendary weapons are acquired. Place all the legendary weapons into storage. Remove them back in your inventory. Okay. Shit, I don't know which one's which. We should have been using this to get around this inventory better. Grafted blade crates. Oh, it just gave it to me. Okay, there we go. That's fine. Alright, legendary Ashen Remains. I think I have Lutel the Headless, got Black Knife Titch, Redmane Knight, have him, Mimic Tear, definitely have him, Ancient Dragon Knight Kristoff, I don't think I have, and I think I just recently got Clean Rot Knight Finlay, yeah, okay. So Kristoff is in the Sainted Hero's grave. Uh-oh. Is that the one I got to and I was just like, nope, we're doing this later? Oh, yeah. Sure is. Here we go. That already. A weird message. Shadow bathes in light and knows weakness. Ever there was a time to want my cheesy trident back, it's now. Oh, that's cool. It's a neat twist. I dig it. Shadow assholes are here. Oh, those fuckers. God damn it. One of the worst enemies in the game, it's not a prawn. Shit, probably should have suspected that. Or they didn't use this mechanic more. It was a neat, presumably very simple thing to implement compared to a lot of the other catacomb shenanigans. Oh, good. I want to go home. This is the, hero's grave I remembered. Guess I haven't run into those chariot assholes yet. Where are you, cavalier? Yeah, that is a cavalier, huh? Yeah. Stop that. Just ruin where you can get an item that casts their spell and it sucks too. Try poison. Okay, at least you died fast. Light required ahead. Try luring out and then seek light. Hey, let's get to it. That's a pretty funny one. I don't know where the nearest light thing is. Kind of a mean way to do this. Have an enemy that you have to lure this far through a bunch of traps and shit. Oh, god damn it. Wrong way. Didn't realize this was a path I hadn't taken before. That's the other side of the ladder I just took. Glad you all are ending that with like 1 hit point remaining. That's wonderful. He's still chasing me. Here we go. These guys look really cool. I feel like you don't see very many of them. Oh, really? He was the trigger for the door opening? I should have done this when I came here before. I didn't realize that it's, I assumed all hero graves had those fucking chariots. I think the first one that I did may have been the worst one in the game. Get a stake down here? Yes. Fought one of these guys in Ever Jail forever ago, right? Do you know what Zamor is? Seems bad. Legendary Ashen remains. Nice. I'm probably going to buy this game as soon as it goes on sale on PC. That'll be my opportunity to, like, test a PC rebuild. And I will get all the achievements again. Hopefully I'll have forgotten a lot of the game at that point, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff that I dig about this game that I'm never going to be able to forget, sadly. Legendary sorceries. Okay, I have no idea, actually, which of these I have. Flame of the Fell God. Adan, Thief of Fire. I don't think I've done him. Malefactor's Ever Jail. Oh, no, I don't think I've been there. Is it down here somewhere? Nope, totally haven't been there. Is this technically only accessible from up on here, or can I get there from here? Approach from the southwestern side of the marshes and then travel east. But it's not the same as the area that's under the... Not the Albinoric area, right? Random ass fire monks over there. Okay, so somewhere along here, I think I can see it. There's just a path that goes up there. How many larval tears do I have left over? 5? Okay. I'm like, once I beat the game, I might get the trident back so I can use it for farming Albinorics, but... Oh, I'm already up here. Okay. This game is ridiculously pretty. Dark Souls 1 is such an ugly game, which I think is, again, an entirely intentional choice, but it's nice to see that they can still make this work in a beautiful and colorful game like Elden Ring. Oh, there's a spirit song to get up here faster, it looks like. Alright, well this should end quickly. Next it says I need Grail's Roar, which I think that's the big ass, isn't that the big ass dragon? And oh, he's got some chub on him too. Sorry man, I got here too late. Flame of the Fell God. Yeah. I killed him on my pizza cutter playthrough. Several that draws directly from the power of the fire giants, releases a ball of raging fire said to be inhabited by a fell god. Fireball floats toward enemies and explodes. Organthi, the chief guardian of the flame, kept this incantation a well-kept secret. Cool. It's the same spell that he casts, that's cool. Poor buddy. To ruin your day, friend. I feel like I must have missed a upgrade to increase souls on kill. I might use one here before he dies. Dude, I'm so excited to be able to unlock, like, the wiki and, like, YouTube videos, and the subreddit's a big one. There's a talisman. Interesting. Probably need to get those for when I farm off stream. Yeah, because you need bleed for this to make any sense, right? Feel a little bad. 65k. Gives you a comical amount of hearts too. Oh, killing the dragons damages him? Okay. That makes more sense. I should have made him immune to bleed, I think. I feel like there's been a couple things like that in the Souls games, right? Just weird enemies that have 1,000,000 health that you can slowly kill. Channels the power of Grail, Elder Dragon. Transform the caster in a dragon to emit a terrible roar, reducing the attack power and defense of nearby enemies. That actually sounds like that could be useful. Let Andrea know that that exists. I don't know how long the defense down applies. Elden Stars. I don't think I have that one. Great Waterfall Crest, Site of Grace. Then the Deeproot Depths. I mean, make him vulnerable to the things you're supposed to kill, right? Scarf. Like, if the point of the fight is he has a bunch of dragons guarding him that damage him when you hurt them, like, that should be the mechanic, I think. Elden stars can be found near here. Where, though? West until you reach some roots. Northwest to see a route going up to a cave. Well, I think this is a cave that I passed a long time ago and wasn't sure how to get up there. Whoops. They're talking about further along in this. I just didn't go in here before? I guess I didn't see the entrance. I saw the exit with the ants, I thought. It's weird being able to have a horse in here. I'm sad that I don't have my... Oh my god. Amazing. Go in here and kill every ant with the... busted ass... trident. Really like the concept of the Newman's runes. Those are cool. I think that's it right there. Elden stars. Radical rise in the mountaintops of the giants? Shit. This is fine. Is that a ruin somewhere? I guess those are the Zamor ruins. Let's see. Oh, it's a tower. Up here. Flailing animation, we're getting knocked off stuff. That's cool. So I think my plan for off-stream is I'm gonna wrap up literally everything on the map. I'm gonna fight as many enemies as I can, get every item, do all the catacombs and hero graves that I haven't done yet. And then I'll probably start a new game to do all the quests that I missed, or to do the other choices of the quests that I didn't do. And in that new game, I plan to go fight some of the bosses. Oh, not this again. Falling snow marks something unseen. I mean, there's something invisible, but I'll see it from... Barely fell at all. Now he fell. Let's see. I was gonna say, I'm also gonna try to beat some of the bosses that I cheese, like Malekith, Godskin Duo, and Fire Giant. Well, I think Fire Giant. I don't know that the L2 is actually doing me that many favors, given that he was weak to resistant to fire. Ambush. Is it terribly far from the... because all the other ones are pretty close, right? Does it actually have to do with falling snow? Because I can't make out any of the falling snow because of all of the embers. I assume that meant, like, footsteps in the snow or something. I guess I'd just like to know how far away are we talking from the tower? Is it really far? Is it in this same general area with these marionette guys? But the actual falling snow is relevant, okay. Am I concerned about perceived volume of snow, or am I concerned about the direction the snow is blowing? Uh-oh. A rare fall damage but not death situation. I guess I can't see it at all once I drop down here. So the origin of it is really far from the tower, right? I think I did this one already. Look from the tower. Okay. From the tower. I can get over there by teleporting. I think, like, what are y'all pointing at by saying, think about it from the tower? You know what, when I see it? Appreciate your faith in me. When you say from the tower, you mean like right around its perimeter that I have access to? No. We can drop down to that via those. Drop down from here too. I don't see what that has to do with snow though. I don't know if this is like a hindsight thing that once you guys know what it is, it's super obvious or something. It kind of just looks like I'm looking at a bunch of other bluffs that I have normal access to. Oh, is these bloodstains in the air over here? Okay, I'm surprised they haven't done more of this in this game, actually. Does the snow make it visible if there's not bloodstains? With player messages? So I couldn't make out anything other than the floating bloodstains. Presumably you can only really see the snow landing on it if you're pretty close to it, though. You can't make it out from the tower. I do like invisible bridge shit in these games. It's pretty cool. Well, that's convenient. Oh, now I see messages. That's pretty cool. Although, I honestly can't tell you that I see the snow landing on it at all. I don't know if it, like, doesn't when the embers are out or something. I'm looking really hard. And I'm, like, right in front of the monitor here. Guess there's this nice little thing here. Thought I was about to go over the edge there. Okay, all the bloodstains are on this side, apparently. Don't think we're supposed to go down there. Don't see any other messages, though. I think I can get to that guy by other means anyway, right? I guess I can try to use prism stones, but I can't, like, throw those forward, can I? I don't know what my best strategy is here to try to force uncover it. Cast, what's the spell in Zelda? Ether? I have enough of these, to be honest. Oh, well shit. I'm pretty close to falling to my death there. Is there like already a diversion up here? Just mean bridge ahead. Head. Guess that skull's there, right? Yeah, I might need some direct help here since the snow doesn't seem to be working. I guess I can kind of make out this little like cloudy goop on it ever so slightly, but only if I stare directly down at it. Feel extremely blind. I'm sorry. Left relative to this? Like facing the rise? I don't see anything else over here. Actually surprised there aren't more messages. Put me. Alright, I'll check again here in a second. Like it goes up from here, I guess? Oh, I see some messages above me now. Okay, I didn't realize it was going up. Yeah, I see what you're talking about now. Thank you for your patience. Oh, stomp attacks will highlight it. Interesting. Okay, so I think that message was actually wrong, and this is the right message, right? Shit. I'm just sad that the snow thing doesn't seem to work. That's a really cool secret if you could actually make out the snow. If you guys didn't point it out to me, I still don't see it knowing what to look for. And maybe the embers just completely ruin the effect, but... see some kind of glowy thing there, but that's not the same as snow falling on it, right? Then it just disappeared. now I can see it. It's so weird. Alright. Seal open. You need to calm all the way down, friend. I understand you guys are friends of the marionettes. So mean, but he's gonna knock you off on your way up here. Oh hey, that's the last one. Okay, I guess I have the rest of them already. What's this one's deal? Founding Rain of Stars. Summons a dark cloud of stars. The cloud will release a violent deluge of star rain. Thought to be a founding glintstone sorcery. Cool. Alright, legendary talismans. I think I need the Radagon icon. Soon. Found a treasure chest on the second floor of the debate parlor site of Grace. Oh wait, no, I think I have that. That's that. Never mind. I have the Radagon Source Seal. I just got that. Godfrey icon. Golden Lineage Everjail. Where's that? Oh, wow. How did I miss that? It's like right the fuck there. Okay. Nope, never done Kerbal Space Program before. Let me look at the Elden Stars. Thank you for reminding me. Greater Will sent a golden star bearing a beast into the lands between, which would later become the Elden Ring. That seems like a big fucking deal to be in a random ant cave. I think there were a couple people interested in combining sub-block hours for me to check out Kerbal Space Program. We wanted like my wife to join for since she's actually an astrophysicist. I guess isn't the same thing as being a rocket physicist, but she might enjoy it. How do I get down there without falling to my death? Looks so close to being possible from here. It's a random ant cave under the Erd tree. The scope of this game is absolutely fucking incredible, and I'm blown away by it constantly, but I will say that this is around the point in games like this where I start to be able to see the matrix in terms of content that was potentially cut or rearranged at the end of the game, and I think that some of the items and weapons and spells that you find are probably where they are because they may have been associated with something more interesting in the past. I'm like, well, we gotta put this somewhere. I don't know, this Misbegotten guy has the Golden Order Greatsword. It's fine. Oh, it's completely reasonable to do. At least the stuff is still in the game and accessible, but that guy's bloodstain is not promising. Is there some other way that just goes straight down here? I can't really make out very well. Nope. I thought maybe I could do better than that guy by, like, falling instead of jumping directly to reduce my max height a little bit, but no dice. Mountain zone. Yeah, and I guess, like, going straight to Farum Azula. I think you were talking about some speculation that there may have been some cut content in between lighting the forge and being warped there. Like, the way it currently exists, it works. It's certainly not a disaster or unplayable or anything like that, but I don't know how you make a game that's this massive without having to pare stuff down, you know? Well, I left 60k souls behind, but who cares? That's not even a third of a level these days. Imp seal is in effect. Oh, please God, tell me I have enough of these fucking things. Is it one or two? It's one. Right. The game that's here is still really, really, really good, just to be clear. What the fuck? Godefroy? The true meaning of budget. This is awesome. He's in an ever jail, so we locked him away for some reason. Godfrey icon. Oop, right, forced me out. It's like Daniel, the cooler Daniel. Legendary talisman depicting the Elden Lord Godfrey. Raises charge, attack power of sorceries, incantations, and skills. That's cool. Godfrey was a ferocious warrior. When he vowed to become a lord, he took the beast regent Serash upon his back to suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within. Oh, that's what that guy's for? When you get rid of him, you turn into crazy wrestle man who spikes you into the arena? Right on. I like that. All right, I think I have the Moon of Noxtella already. Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman? I don't think I have that one. I think it says that's in the... Oh, it's in the Halig tree. Drainage Channel Site of Grace. Okay. Head east. Reach the roof of the building. Trying to go up, basically. No horse here, that's right. This doesn't seem possible. Oh, across the branches and concrete beams. Assume that includes this guy. Oh, really? Didn't realize that. This isn't too bad so far. Whoops. What does this say? Know something ahead, okay. I feel like I haven't encountered... Oh, I think this is the hole I need to drop in. Okay. I feel like I haven't encountered very much lore about what the deal is with the Hewg tree. Is it supposed to be a, like... opposed to the Erd tree in some way, or a complement to the Erd tree? I'm sure that's covered in item descriptions and shit. No, you're fucking kidding me. You not, though? So I have a ranged attack. So just be kind of hosed here, huh? It might be the chest right there. Butterfly. Hey, oh, we got all the talismans. Okay, so I think we're done then. I can look at the achievement list here really quick. Let me get out of here, I guess, first. Cleaning up achievements. Where do I see achievements again? Get everything. I think all of the hidden trophies I don't have are endings. I sort this by don't have, not earned. Okay. Yeah, so there's 3 endings, and then that's it, right? Okay. So I'll get those off stream. I'll get the one from today, and then the other 2 off stream, I suppose. Let's go. Hopefully an hour is enough time for the final boss. Because I'm operating on the assumption that it's easier than Millennia. Yeah, random blood-soaked portal in the middle of nowhere. Slash, I guess, the weird Vare multiplayer quest, right? That really looks cool. Part of the door. I forgot there was a grace there. This is cool. Big fan. Golden light. That's fine and normal. Is that America / Radagon? That looks awesome. I love how much they've reinforced this throughout the game, too. Radagon is America is a very, like, R plus L equals J thing. I wonder if that's a Gurm idea. Oh, cool. Which might not mean anything to you if you didn't get the little secret statue thing. I really like Souls music, with the exception of, like, Gwyn's theme. None of it has really stuck with me, but the title music from this game rules. Radagon of the Golden Order. Oh, cool. Amazing. That's a really cool attack animation. It's one of my favorite things about Soul of Cinder and Dark Souls 3. The way the music came back. Probably need to change my Crimson versus Blue tiers here. Okay. He looks cool as hell. Be wary of corpse. I like that the light kind of absorbs you as opposed to you. Going through yourself there. So you have 97% holy resist? I guess that's appropriate. The attack is cool as fuck. I'm a big fan. Can he even be bled? I don't think I've seen him bleed yet. Oh, he does like a parry thing. Okay. Alright, I feel like my daggers might not be the strategy here. Or how he feels about fire damage. It's very resistant to stagger too, it looks like. Cool guy. See if that's fine. Let me rethink my wondrous physic too, I guess. Boost. Is he primarily doing holy or lightning or both? I don't think I can do defense, right? I think I'm going to be making him bleed. It doesn't seem like that's a thing. Never found the Halig Drake Talisman +2. Let's see how that does. I summarize who this boss is. No. Maybe someone in chat can give it a stab, but it's pretty complicated. Basically, there's a big gold tree, and the gold tree is the source of the cycle of rebirth. And one day, the gods, one of the gods kind of rebelled and arranged to have a prince be murdered by a bunch of assassins, and this was like the first time a god had ever died. And then in grief from the death of the prince, the Elden Ring, which is somehow connected to the Erd Tree and the cycle of rebirth, was shattered, which kind of broke reincarnation for people other than like the Tarnished, which is who the player character is. He's a god or some shit. There you go. So among the cast of gods, there's a whole bunch of them, but the one that's actually described as a god is Marika, who's implied to be the mother of many of the demigods that we interact with, either Marika or Renala. I don't know if you tuned in for the Academy a long time ago on stream, but Renala was the boss of that place, the leader of like the moon. Radagon was married to her, but one day he left her for Marika. But we learned that Radagon is Marika, that they're like the same person. Like, Radagon and Marika are both the only true god, is kind of my read on it, and everybody else is a demigod or descendant. So Radagon is like simultaneously the father and or mother of all of the other demigods, right? In the case of Malenia and Mikola, he's both. Actually, I kind of dig that, because there's like a lot of mythologies where you have gods where their gender is unspecified, or they're like simultaneously two different characters. I'm dead. I might switch to the Trident build, since I was going to do that anyway for farming in the post-game. Just because I can't hit this guy with my daggers at all, it seems like. My last respec, and I'll still be able to use the daggers. I'll try to switch to them if they're not working. He is, in fact, immune to bleed.
Now.
Dude, what was the strength requirements? Mogwin Spear. Just hoping the fire isn't going to be enough to make a difference, even though he's still immune to bleed. Strength 24, Dex 14.
Thou art now a sweeting my thank.
I highly appreciate your investment in the story and trying to figure out what's going on, but I think part of the magic of these games is needing to play the game and like kind of intuitively sort of grok what they want you to do while not really knowing at all what's going on. Describe it as like watching a David Lynch movie. He's the last barrier to us becoming Elden Lord and repairing the Elden Ring and potentially restoring the intended cycle of rebirth. But who knows if that's actually going to work. Let's see how L2 does with the fire. I don't know if he's going to be able to parry it. That looks better. Just because it's fire instead of all bleed. Oops, all bleed. His attacks are fucking cool as hell. Biggest fan. Oh, I'm near an edge. Wow, how uncharacteristic of a Souls game, but I'm near a bottomless cliff that I can't fall off of. Miyazaki's lost his touch. Ouch. This area was data mined to have separate scaling. That's cool. We reduce my blue count a little bit more. I think the question, what is going on, is a very good and motivated question, but I need to like find some way to it would be like watching Twin Peaks and being like, why is that guy talking backwards, dude? I don't know. I have no idea, and it's amazing. I might be able to decode it off stream after many, many hours. Oh, this guy's like mindless. He reminds me a lot of the look of the like hollows with the dark sign. Imagine the SL1 playthrough is greatly aided by having that opaline bubble tier flask, huh? I'm trying to do fire damage increases here, possibly. I'm dead. Yep. Gotta be very careful with my use of L2. Can anyone look up, is he doing a mix of lightning and holy damage, or is it strictly holy? Or strictly lightning? Not so great when he does that right away. He's got to have some of the highest poise in the game, huh? Oh wow, and speaking of, finally got a regular big stagger there. Oh, I just noticed the ring in the sky there during that attack. That was cool. Strike type physical and holy damage. Oh, it's phase 2. That makes sense. I'm on board with it. Music's pretty. Of course. Yeah, that kind of looks like the sword that goes in the bonfires in Dark Souls. This is... I don't know what this is. I don't know what I was expecting, but not this. It's like a dragon man? Clearly it's a dog. Oh, I like tons of arid trees, and is an Elden beast. Okay. Seems like a bad idea. Okay, that's like Astil does that attack. So maybe it's connected to Astil in some way. Shit. Well, okay. Might need more blue flasks. I'm worried if this thing's also immune to bleed that at least I can do fire damage. That's good. Can I make phase 1? That might be one of my favorite attack animations in any video game. It's like he's like pounding you like a blacksmith. I was able to stagger him before. Oh god. Nope, now I'm dead, I think. Definitely. I'm assuming he cannot be parried. His attacks seem way too heavy. If there's anything else I'd really want to change here. Same triple parry mechanic as a Millennia. Let's see. I thought I had the timing on that down. Apparently not. Didn't realize you could chain those. You did it before, I did not notice. Held too long. That is an attack, good lord. He also appears to be immune to bleed, it looks like. It looks like the same attack that that Misbegotten was using before, right? Maybe? What the fuck? If I can just R1 him, it's gonna be smarter once I have the buff up. He's like a whale. That's cool. It's a way to make sure you see the pretty thing up there, I suppose. He really, like, makes distance from you. Can't see shit. He's like a holy space whale who's immune to bleed. All right. This guy's not fucking around. Probably need at least that. Something for fire? I do. Okay, maybe that'll make a difference. I don't know. Wow, the difference between like getting the third one off and not is huge. I'm glad the final boss isn't a chump though. Maybe he's more of a chump if you have a build that's not dependent on bleed. His attacks just feel awesome and weighty as hell. I'm really into it. I think that attack might be one I can punish if I want to just try to conserve resources. All of my cool arcane spells are useless here because I think they all involve bleed in some way. I could probably drop Flame Cleanse Me. It doesn't look like there's any status effects to worry about. Make it easier for me to heal, man. That one I think I can punish pretty reasonably. Oh shit, I was trying to get away. Probably could have bloodhounded there. I don't think the fire damage increase from the flask is actually making much of a difference at the moment. Elden Beast is also holy, I assume. Try the poise one. I don't know if that's going to make enough difference that I can get off a triple hit. It doesn't if he does the thing where he pounds me into the ground like a blacksmith, aka coolest attack animation. Right on, Liam. Hey, that went better. Try to just not lock on. Hopes to see what I'm doing a little bit better than usual. Ouch. Dives in the water. That all happens. Oh shit, I'm probably dead from this, huh? Oh cool. That's cool to see the animation. Sick. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Now, what a neat way to do it. It's kind of like a whale, I guess? Let's try to do this. Jesus Christ. Alright, so I think I'm going to upgrade this claw weapon. Although I worry that a good bulk of its damage probably comes from the bleed aspect, right? Because it's also a bleed thingy. Wondering if I can just get in there and use Bloodhound Step to evade damage. Souls. Alright, I can sell to him. No! Alright, I think I got Smithing Stone 3. Right, this is a normal weapon. Oh, can this one be enhanced with something like a spell buff? I don't know if I have access to any. That would be interesting. Needed 6, I think, was the next step. I have plenty of everything else, it looks like. I wish she was right next to the blacksmith. It's a bit of a walk. No, I miscalculated. I need 4 more. I have 12 of everything else. Okay. Oops.
Now.
Let's get sweaty. Man, that was a pain in the ass. Okay. Plus 25. Alright, so that's comparable damage. I guess it's all physical, but it's comparable damage to the spear. Well, no, because the bonus brings it way down. But... and it's not doing 100... so no, it's not comparable damage at all. That's fine. We'll see how it goes, though. Because I'd like to have that as my main weapon for the boss fight, for the Elden Beast, so that I can just use L2 as a dodge and just keep dodging into the boss and whacking it. I don't know how effective that's going to be, but about to give it a try. Presumably, I just don't know if the damage breakdown is good or if I should put what else scales with Arcane? I guess a cult won't have the bleed baggage if I make it a cult. Oh, I'm against the wall. Shit. Nope. That's the one thing you could do that Poise wasn't going to help me with. Shit. Right, I was trying to use Bloodhound Claws to get away from him to heal, but I forgot that if I'm locked onto him, it tends to want to send me toward him. Okay. Let me see if I can Ash of War these things. Wait, so I don't want to give it an Ash. I just want it to have its base Ash. Can I do that and then give it a... I thought it was possible for me to give it an affinity without giving it a specific Ash. Do I have to have the, like, Bloodhound Step Ash for that to work? So I try giving it Arcane Affinity, or Occult, which I assume is bad, but okay here since it's not giving me bleed baggage. Whoops. Got to use Wondrous Physic. So there's a Knight's Cavalry that drops the Bloodhound Step Ash. Where is that one? Dragon Barrel? Okay, so just go there at nighttime and I should be able to fight it. Okay. It is an attack. Strictly speaking, it is an attack. Okay. I'll see how the... Well, I guess I should probably get it, because right now my stats aren't really high enough in order to make the claws do good damage. Like, I think the arcane is basically just affecting the blood buildup as opposed to the good part of it, so I'll grab that real quick. this little bridge down here? I guess I could also just put it on my regular dagger, but I'm already familiar with the dagger moveset. Reduvia sucks in particular against both of them, since it's all bleed all day. If you're not bleeding, you're wasting your time. He's pretty nasty. I like the third hit of that because it stacks the blood flame for longer. Like if only that hits, it feels like that's worth the MP from casting it 3 times if the enemy's far from me. Nobody's that far though. So I'm damaging his horse. Oh, if his horse dies, he dies too? That's surprising. Thank you. I might try just doing Radagon with it, just for funsies. Alt. That's like 90 more damage. Yeah, that seems pretty good. I'll still probably open the fight with the L2 on this thing to see if I can cheese out a triple L2, because it does enough it does like half of his health at the beginning of the fight, if I'm able to land it. Yeah, like that. Oop, rolled too late that time. Usually that attack's a gimme. Nice to hit him like once. We got his lightning bolt has that follow-up. Teleport has damage at the end of it, it's good to know. I think that's worse. I don't know if it's going to be worse on the Elden Beast, though, since the Elden Beast is a little bit less aggressive. Sick. consider not pounding me into the ground here, bud? Oh, that's good. Thank you for not pounding me into the ground. That's all I ask, really. Okay, definitely don't be dodging like that. I didn't realize you could do that multiple times in a row, jeez. Mean. This is why nobody likes you, Radagon. Millennia at least let me, like, heal. He has a bit of attack cooldown after some of this shit here. I just need to learn it, I guess. I don't think he used to do the follow-up every time. He does the flying attack. Jesus. Maybe there's two different attacks that I'm confusing where he jumps in the air. I think there's one where he chills for a second right after doing it. I'm not gonna have any flasks, I just kinda wanna see if I can get to... That's the one I was thinking of. Maybe he just jumps higher in the air when he does it or something. Oh, come on, dude. Only Millennia may do that. Time to lose, because I have no health left. This seems better. It's not like an L2 on demand. Oh, okay. Keep going. We might end up going over a little on time to finish here. I wasn't expecting the final boss to be a pushover, but I wasn't expecting him to be this difficult, and a lot of it probably just has to do with my build is, like, almost the worst possible thing. Both phases. Even with the daggers, even with the Mogwin spear. Yeah. What element are they weak against? Immune to every status. Oh, that was the least aggressive he's been during that. It's actually probably better to do L2 again when I do that. Wow, that went a little bit differently than previous attempts. Just a hair. I didn't realize that was still able to hurt me. So that makes sense. Shit. I was trying to dual wield the claws and accidentally dual wielded it. I love the sounds when you attack this guy. They sound really cool. That was what I thought that was. Okay. Let me just start moving as soon as I hear that. Whale boy. The whale biologist. Thank you, headphones. I mostly just need this to like cover ground when he moves around the map. That is a really cool attack. Both this guy and Radagon have some really kick-ass abilities. I'm a big fan. Yeah, like right there, I feel like if I didn't have Bloodhound Step to close the gap there, I don't think my spear could have done more than a couple points of damage. Oh shit, those things are still traking me around everywhere? Can they not be? How many of those fucking things are there? Jesus Christ. Time to stop, Elden Beast. Lack of reach is kind of a problem, though. Ooh, a whale could have a sword. I love how the tail kind of looks like the tree. Oh god, I'm on the edge of the map somehow. Please. Nice. Again, time pressure. Elden Remembrance. Oh, maybe there's a third form. I feel like that boss was suitably Oh, here we go. Summon Ronnie. It kind of looks like the America. It's cool. Touch Fractured America. So I can still go ahead and see an ending and watch the credits, and it won't force me into New Game Plus, right? I can keep playing on this file. Let's do Ronnie. Okay, cool. Then probably starting tomorrow, I'm going to start recording off stream stuff to do all the content I haven't seen yet. And I'll have to beat it 2 more times to plat it, I guess. Which I guess I could just rush beating it and end up in New Game Plus 2. She got extra arms now? No. She's always had 4. I thought she had 6 for a second.
I do solemnly swear to every living being and every living soul.
I knew she always had 4, but it looked like she had 3 holding up the head there from the same side.
1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon. Here beginneth the chill night that encompasses all, reaching the great beyond.
Okay, this kind of feels like your canon ending of fuck the old ways.
And fear, doubt, and loneliness.
Stop the cycle.
As the path stretcheth into darkness.
He's got a scarred eye.
Shall we?
I'm not sure what you're expecting from me. You want me to use both hands?
Fair consort eternal.
Age of the Stars. Awesome. Cool ending, too. World created by Miyazaki and George R.R. Martin. This game rules. I haven't consumed any media about it. I'm gonna go nuts reading the wiki and the subreddit and shit posts and the spoiler channel and Discord and all that stuff, but like I'm already afraid, based on some comments from folks in here and there, that like people are already a little jaded about this game, that maybe they've played it a bit too much and we're already starting to complain about little things here and there. And I think they're legitimate in a lot of cases, but a lot of the complaints that I find like baffling are complaints about reused content, like catacombs and bosses and enemies, and I don't think this game exists without that. And I think that this is probably the most masterful use of it I've ever seen in any video game I've ever played. Like, they do a really good job of making content that you've seen before feel fresh, or at least interesting if it's the exact same fight from before. And they have a lot of cool little tricks that they can use to do that. It's probably recency bias to say this is the best game I've ever played or my favorite game of all time, but it's really, really up there. Like, Breath of the Wild was one of the best experiences I've ever had in gaming, and I'm sad I can't play it again. And this is Breath of the Wild, but with Dark Souls. And so a lot of my complaints about Breath of the Wild get corrected by a game like this. I guess things that do make me a little sad that I think are just like inevitable iterations in Elden Ring 2 or the DLC or whatever. I wish that there was some kind of downscaling, even if it was a diegetic downscaling like the Demon Bell or whatever, or the Kuro's Charm in Sekiro, meaning that there's like a thing you have to interact with in the game that affects the difficulty in some way. And my preference would be to like downscale your level and your weapon based on the zone that you're in. Like, I think it sounds like that's something that they're able to already do, because I think there's already some kind of downscaling in the game right now for co-op and the like. It's just not distributed throughout the game. Another solution that would be cool, and I think Spikey's mentioned this a couple times, would be like a bonfire aesthetic system where you can just keep pumping areas into higher and higher new game pluses. I think that would be my preference. If I were able to get into a zone, see what my level plus equipment score is relative to the level plus equipment score that they expect for that zone, and then pump it up new game plus levels until it's matched. I would do that for the whole game. I think that would be really, really cool to have that as an option. Yeah, and like I have some friends who've been playing this multiplayer a little bit, and it does sound like if you're just trying to play a co-op with a friend, that it's like a much bigger pain in the ass than it needs to be, and that probably comes from this is just the way that we did co-op in Souls games in the past, and it's fine now. But if they're going to make it so easy for you to like seek out a specific person to play with, I don't think you need to use furl calling finger remedies, and you need to despawn when a boss dies and like load in and load out constantly. I think they could probably do a seamless co-op thing. I don't see why that would be a problem. I'm guessing they just haven't, because that hasn't been the way that it's been done so far, and it didn't really make sense. I don't think you needed seamless co-op in Dark Souls 3 or Bloodborne or whatever, because the game was structured so differently. But here I think it would make a lot more sense, and it would probably be a lot of fun. I am interested to see how they handle spirit ashes in the future. Obviously I didn't use them for most of this playthrough. I probably would have chopped a bunch of hours off if I was just using the daggers and I never used the Mogwin spear. And I did feel like I was missing out on content, because it's a thing that's in the game and you're intended to use it, and more power to people who did. I just couldn't get across the feeling that, with the exception of it sounds like Millennia, most of the bosses are just like so much easier if there's just something else for the boss to target, you know? So I guess my hope here is that leading into Elden Ring 2 or the DLC or whatever, they find a way to make summoning mandatory, and then build the boss around a mandatory summon. Kind of like how Sekiro made learning how to deflect mandatory. Like you could plink enemies, but you were never going to beat them that way. You needed to use death blows and stuff. So if they were able to find a way to make you absolutely have to use it, I think that would be really cool. I think part of it is just that like their boss design kind of stops working once the boss has more than one thing to hit, in a lot of cases. So yeah, so I think the only thing that I can say after playing this that's a negative or something that I hope gets improved in the future, it's just the feeling that I wanted more of it at its best, and I wasn't able to get more of it at its best, not because the game was bad, but because it's so easy to become overpowered, and there's no kind of like balancing force to bring you down. I feel like I missed out on the Malekith boss fight because I stood behind a pillar and pressed L2 9 times, and that was enough to kill it, right? And if I had gone in there with my daggers, that might have been an hour and a half, 2 hour fight. But in any case, it's amazing. It's impossible for a game that has this insanely huge of a scope to be perfect, and it's damn near close for what I was expecting from it. I got real nervous. I think I said this in the first episode when I heard that Elden Ring was going to be open world. I'm like, oh my god, that's it. Dark Souls is done. Like, some other dev is going to have to figure out how to do it, because no one's figured it out yet. But they did it, and it landed. And kind of like how it blew everybody's mind that Nintendo nailed Ocarina of Time on their first try, and they nailed Breath of the Wild on their first try of like pivoting a franchise into what's arguably a brand new genre. They had no business nailing this as well as they did, and they totally did. and it makes me even more excited to see what their next iteration is. Like, I'm even curious just to see what the DLC is, right? Because we've already seen in past Souls-like DLCs that they kind of respond to things from the base game in subtle ways. Yeah. I think the problem with the spear I don't think should travel through solid objects like pillars. I think that's what made it bad. It would have been fine, because like with Radagon, obviously if I was able to get it off, I was able to burn him down pretty fast, but I wasn't able to go somewhere where there was no risk in pressing L2, like I was able to with the Godskin Duo and with Malekith. Well, the NES one, yeah. Breath of the Wild feels like the NES Zelda. I think I said that in the Breath of the Wild playthrough in like the first few minutes of starting it. But what they did with Breath of the Wild, particularly in response to a lot of Western open world games and even like Xenoblade Chronicles, they made a game that I liked way more than any of those other open world titles that I'd experienced, and it felt like it was on their first pass of actually trying to do this in 3D for real with this crazy scope. So while I'm probably going to have to resist as usual saying that this is my favorite game ever, best game of all time, this might be the most impressively scoped game of all time from a AAA developer. I mean, I guess you've got stuff like Dwarf Fortress where there's been a guy working on it for decades or something, and the game is really huge because there's been so much iterative work on it. But for this to have been the complete product that was released on launch, like, this is bigger than a lot of MMOs that I've played that have been iterated upon by developers for actual decades. It feels bigger. It feels like there's less degenerate content. It feels like there's more interesting stuff to do. It was a really just incredible and amazing, 79 hours for me. So that won't be the end of my Elden Ring journey. I'm going to keep playing this off stream. I don't know how I'm going to title the episodes. I don't know how to really structure them since I've already got achievements and stuff. But I think I'll probably do one episode that's just map cleanup in New Game Plus 1, or New Game Plus 0, I guess. I'll go do every map location that I haven't done and try to collect all the items and grind for some souls and stuff. And then after that, I'll do a New Game Plus 1 playthrough where I'm probably just going to rush it to beat it to get maybe the Frenzied Soul ending. And then one more clear after that to finish platting it. And I'll get that stuff on YouTube when it's done. Thanks, folks, for joining me for this journey. This game has been amazing. I am sad I will not get to play it again. For the first time, blind.